video, we're going to be creating your own first NFTs. So if you follow through with everything I do, you should be able to create your first NFT art. I'm going to show you what I use for work. So personally, I prefer working with Photoshop, but there's so many other softwares you can use actually. So you can use, one is GIMP, then another one is Photoshop, like it's what I'm using. You can use Photoshop, and the final one is Procreate. Just follow through, like I said in the beginning of this video, just follow through with what I'm doing and hopefully you'll get the same result. You have to create every single part of your artwork on a different layer. So for example, the first obvious layer will be your background. So your background will be the first layer you create, put it there. So to create the outline of the character or the object you want to make, you put it on another separate layer. After that, the eyes will be on another separate layer. The nose, the ear, anything you want to put, make sure they are on different layers. And when you are able to put them in separate layers, then you can easily use an art engine to create your 10,000 NFTs from just that one design you've done. I don't need to close them. I'll just go to File. So I want to open a new workspace. I'm going to go to File, click on New. I'm going to now make some settings and specify what size I want my artboard to be. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be using 1080 by 1080. As you see, 1080 here, and I'm going to be working with pixels. I can change the name here to first NFT tutorial. Just click on create, and when you click on that, you have this square workspace. Like I said, the first thing you want to create is what? Your background for your NFTs, right? So now look at this. On this right hand side, we have our tools, and majorly the tools we'll be using will be the shape tools, which are these ones. You have your rectangle, ellipse, triangle, polygon, line, and custom shape tools, right? We might use the pen tool. I might zoom in and zoom out, it depends. Yeah, so, and then we'll be can use the color picker to add colors to our layers. We have the title bar here. So this title bar shows which particular art board you're working on. So right now I'm working on this artboard, first NFT tutorial here. The one I used to show you the different softwares you can use is this one. I didn't title it, so this one, right? So I'm going back to the one we're working on right now. So this is it. So this is where all your layers will be listed. So you can easily just come down here and select the layer you want to work on part time, work on it, create a new layer, and then you go on to the next layer. Here, right here, we have the add a new layer button. We add the folder button, and then we have this adjustment layers. We have this mask button, and then we have some effects that we can add to our artwork, right? So then this place is just for adjustments, right? So the properties area here is for you to just make changes to a particular element to your design. And I'm going to start working with the first layer we are going to need, which is the background. And I'm going to unlock the on a new artboard. The first layer there is going to be named. You just need to unlock it by clicking on the padlock button that is on the right hand side. So now I want to create a background. So I can do it in two ways. I can just click on my rectangle tool, and then draw a rectangle here, which is going to be bigger. So I can do that, or when I pick the rectangle, I'll just 1080 by 1080, 1080, which is the size of the artboard. I want to fill the entire artboard. Then go to my move tool. Yeah, we have that. Now you can see that there's a white bounding line. And that's because for my own, I've been working a lot, so click on that area, then press down direction button, enter, and then that goes away. So I have that background. I can now easily change the color of my background by coming to, you always select your layer here, and I'll this, all right. So that will now be reflected here, but it's not yet reflecting on the rectangle. So for every shape you create, you have to make sure that the rectangle is selected, and then you come to the properties panel, click on fill, and then you see the color here, and then you select it, and then that is it. This is the background, the first background. So first thing you want to do, always make sure you name your layers after finishing the work on that layer. I'll just double click on the name and then type background. Right, so we have background. The next thing you want to do is select this layer, come down here and click on this square with a plus sign in the middle. Click on it to add a new layer. So I have my new layer here. So on this new layer, I want to add the first, my character, the skin, right? I can call it the skin, so like that's to be the entire body or the outline of my character. So what I want to do now is I'll be using custom shape. So normally what I do when I want to create my NFTs is I draw them out on my sketchpad. I'll take a picture of it, bring it into Photoshop, then trace it out. But for now, I don't have any character drawn to use in this tutorial. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create some custom shapes to form a character. So what I want to do is I can take this guy, a rectangle, and then draw a rectangle coming down like this. When I have that, I want to round these corners, right? I want to round these corners like this, something like that, and then I want to remove the stroke around it. Yeah, so let me make this smaller. I don't really need it. So I want to make this, I want to remove the stroke. So what I'll do is so no stroke, right? This fill. So if you don't have the color on this recently used color, what you have to do is click on this, just click on it, and it will show you the color pillar picker for this particular shape. So as soon as you make a change here and you click on OK, it will reflect here. So I'm going to be selecting an orange color with a shade, yeah, something like that. I like this. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I want this to be a face, right? So I will go into, since I've selected this tool, which is this, but I'll select my rectangle tool so that it will give me all this anchor. Okay, something like that. So I then go back to my move tool, then move it to the middle. When you move stuff on your artboard, it will snap to the middle like that. So I want it to be horizontally balanced, so I'll just move it down a bit vertically like that, and that is it. Since I'm done with this, I'll call this head. Let's just call it head. So the next thing I want to do now is create a new layer. On this new layer, I want to create angle here, I'll remove and give it a color. Variations of this orange color, so I'll give it a brown color from here. Something like this is what I have. Then I want to round the corners also, so and click on enter. So now I want this to be on this, right? So what I want to do is for this new shape, I want it to be like a neck collar. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add, I zoom in. So right now I'm actually using a drawing tablet, but I will try and make it as easy for you to understand. But I'll be using the tools here too, so you know what I'm using. I'm pressing on. All right, so now I'm going to zoom in, and that's it. So I'm going to go into my shape tool. I'm going to select this is a rectangle, and I'm going to draw rectangles like that. And by the way, if when you're drawing your shapes, if you hold shift, it will give you a perfect shape. So for this one, I'm just going to use yellow. I'm going to use yellow color, something like that, and do it again. Something like that. So I'll do this again. And do this again. Do this again. And until we get to the other side. So I'm going to stop here. So I've successfully created this pattern for this so what we're going to do now is we're going here, and we're going to, we can group this. So I'll select the first one, come down, then right, I hold my Control G. Control G. That one groups everything together. One folder. So I'm going to double click on this. So now the color pattern is below the head and then on top of the color. So I will rename this. So the head, color pattern, and the color. So the next thing we want to create, let me zoom out. Is what we want to create the neck. So pick on this rectangle to draw something like this. And because the face is, that means this should you can select the face, and that is that. So now this shouldn't be on top of the collar, right? So bring it below the collar, and then we have our neck. How sweet is that? So another thing we can do is always we can show shadows, right? We can show shadows. So what we can do in that is above, so let me just rename this and call it neck. When you select the neck, just layer, it's a shadow for this one. I'll be using the pen tool. So I'll click on the pen tool, zoom in firstly, then click on the pen tool, and then here. So now what I'm going to do is go to property. Okay, since this is what was created, this is a path created shape. So what I'm going to do is come here and click that must have removed the fill. Select this first, put here, so that when I select it, it's going to show when I we have our I can do is let me call this Control J, Control and letter J. So it above, right? Then in this then click on letter A for this to direct select letter A on your keyboard, or just there. So there's a black one, there's a white one. Make sure click on this shape. I don't know why that took some time. So you can just expand it to this area, bring this one here, something like that. Or you can bring it this way, then bring this one here, expand this one too. So we don't have to create a new shape all over, you know, at the beginning. Then you can just correct your curve, bring it to the middle, something like that, and then we'll go into this shape fill, then select this color, come into this place, then select a darker color, click on OK, right? So we have that. So another thing you can do is to make it a little bit realistic or not, you can add blur to this. That means you just go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, you know, then add a blur to it, right? Maybe we can just do a little bit of blur, but you have to rasterize or either convert to smart object. So you just click on either of this, right? So click on smart object and reduce it. Is too much, that's how you can see it. So something like, I don't want it to be too obvious that it's blurry, yeah, because I want it artwork to be as blocky as possible, right? So okay, so I won't do the same thing to this one. That's only, I just wanted to show you that. So that's that. So we can just zoom out right now, so everything looks like it's in layers, right? So the next thing we want to do is we want to create, let's create the ears. So for the ears, I'm going to create, check this and just yeah, something like that. And what I can do is we can what are the codes, the ears, yeah, supposed to be below the head. So I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this, make it it should show here, the changes should show. I'm going to remove that. Go in there and in. Let me make it a little bit more. 5. So what I want to do now is rotate it, something like that. So to also zoom in, and this is this layer, right? And pick on my pen tool, and then, you know, create something like, sorry, yeah, something like so when you have a curve, when you're using your pen tool and you already have a curve, not looking every time you have a curve and you now want otherwise, if I didn't do that, what I will have is, even if I click here, you can see. Yeah. So what I want to do now is remove this. I can always take these two. Just group them together. Call them, yeah. All this LT, that's left. So that's that. And now let me zoom out. So I will Control J for this one to duplicate, and then call this just I'll just change the end name to RT for right RT. Then move that C to select everything. Straight line, and when you get here, you just right click. When you right click, you go to flip horizontal. Add. So something right, and then the next thing we want to do is the eyes. So this is going to be something quick. I'm here, so I want to create a circle. So for to create a circle, if I just draw like this, I'm going to have ellipse, right? I want to create a circle. So I have a perfect circle, and this honestly just needs to be this should be red, and this thinking yeah, so I'm giving it a dark brown, outline, something like that. Yeah, something like that. I just want to do that. So I will duplicate this, and I'll call this right. Now, in your own case, if you're not going to be changing, if you want to make changes to the each of the eye left, eye right, otherwise, if the eyes are going to make changes to both of them, at the same time, you can just group both of them. Better you just leave it this way, because in that way you still have to change it. So that is it. I left and I right. One thing I now want to do is create the iris, right? So I'll come back here, selecting this, and I can just create it small, something small. Why that happened? That's because I selected this. I should have created a new layer. So that is why you always need to create a layer. So I'm going to create a new layer now. So then bring. So we have the iris, and I can just call this iris, right? See, and I can iris right and iris left. So what I want to do is just you know do something for the nose. Not going to be too too to create. I'm not going to use my pen tool, and I'm going to new layer, then pen tool. Let's go this. to just move the ankle. This the do not need the white strokes. Change the fill to this color, and for this one, add a shadow. I'm going to do is when that one comes up, I'm going to just go into this place when I go here and then bring it down. Select a shade of that color, increase the opacity, decrease the, I don't want it to be then increase the, yeah. So what I can do is, something like that. So this is good. Just bring it backward. Alright, and I'll click on bring it out, click on okay. So let me zoom out. So we have our nose, right? Then we just want to do the mouth. So the mouth is going to be something very simple. I'm just going to create a line. I think I need to move this nose. Something. Right. So I'm going to create this, select this. So just create a line. For this one, I'm going to increase. Also, we can give it a dark. Select the dark brown. Change the color of the line. Always think there's something wrong. I cannot name this. Sorry about that. So nose. Layer, then I'm going to select my pen tool. When I click on the first tag component, I create that. I'm going to hold on shift and create the second anchor point, which creates to this place to change the color to that. We have this. Now we have created. One thing we can do is add a little bit. So let's forward again. Then bring it here, something like that. I like this. So this is just going to serve us. So I'm going to remove the stroke. Make this something like that. It's going to be like a lip, the lip shadow. We have this, so we can zoom out and look at NFT. Yeah, sorry, you created your first NFT, so this is it. So this can actually also look like he's bringing his tongue out. We have the first NFT. You can go for that to create hairstyle. layer, and then I'm good. Okay, so nothing too perfect. Now this dude looks like a rock star. Which is awesome. Yeah, this is actually awesome. So what I can do with this is I can leave it this way. Doesn't really matter. You have created. Let me centralize this. And let's zoom in. So I've created the first NFT for you if you follow through with everything with it. That's it. This is your first NFT. So you can apply this same process to a very much more advanced NFT. This is 2D NFTs, right? You can apply it to a more advanced character, a full character with the body and the hands and the legs. You can apply it to a shape kind of NFT, anything you want to make into NFTs, right? So it's just about creating them in layers, just as I've done here. So in the next video, we're going to look at how to now create these NFTs with different parts that the art engine is going to make use of to create your entire 10,000 or 2,000 or 1,000 NFTs. And to create that won't take a long time. It won't take you a month. Really, the art engine will make that process faster, right? Then it only just depends on your laptop specification. If it's not high enough, it might take a lot of hours, but for some people 10,000 NFTs takes just 1 hour to create. You understand? So in the next video we're going to be looking at that, but for now, please take your time to work this, practice with this, so when in the next tutorial I'm going to be working with this same character, and I'm going to be creating different assets for it, because for example, when you're working with the arts engine, you need to create different assets for it. If you want some of your characters, when it creates them, to be rare and some common, so that means I can, for one of the character, I can say that it will have hair, this hair, so I've not even named it here, so don't ever forget to name this hair alone. I can change the and then change the just get different variations of each of the nose ring. I can add earrings. I can what again? I can add halo. We're going to look at that in the next tutorial. So, but for now, practice with this. Get ready your NFT, the NFT art, the artwork you want to turn it to an NFT, and then in the next video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create assets for the NFTs, and then how you can randomize them and turn them into 1,000 NFTs. Up to you, as many as you want. All right. So thank you for being part of this tutorial, and these videos will be ready weekly. They'll be ready weekly. I just had to do 2 of them back to back, so that you don't just have to watch what an NFT is and then you have to wait a week to see me create an NFT with you. But for now, we have what an NFT is. In the previous video, I'll put a link in the description, and then you have this one, which is how to create your first NFT, right? This is 2D. There are also 3D NFTs, though that is much more technical. We're going to look into that after we finish with creating your NFT and minting them, putting them on the marketplace, and setting up your sale process, right? So thank you very much, and catch you in the next video.